What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit that team, man. Turn. Change to motherfucker. So you're outside. Big crip in it. Gang shooting outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia deal thing, and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day, be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down or stay back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position to come alone. Let's stay humble, let's get a revolution on the movement. Keep your way first. Come choose a black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out you. Alright. Boom. Today, to motherfucking day, show you outside. Big crip in it. Gang shooting outside shit, man. Gang, go. Turn. Alright, gang. So, bruh, I don't know what's been going on with these football players, nigga. Like, retired football players, regular football players. I just don't understand, man. It's getting crazy, man. And, like, y'all know how I be saying, man. You know, it's a lot of white supremacy stuff that be going on, that be setting niggas up who got, like, a lot of rich, especially if you black. They set your ass up, especially when you get, like, they don't, after they get done using you, so they can get all their money on back. But this shit getting crazy, man. You know, CTE be happening 3. So we got Antonio Brown, bruh. So they got this nigga for attempted murder, nigga, over some goofy shit in Miami, nigga. And if y'all know his history, nigga, it's a lot of shit that's been going on with Antonio Brown, man. And it's getting wild, bro, because I think this is like the second gun charge or some shit. I don't know what's been going on with Antonio Brown, bro. But at the end of the day, man, it's sad because it's like, this nigga's like a rich black man just throwing it all away for what? So, we got the video, man, and we kind of break it down why it happened. So, let's get into it. Man, so we got Antonio Brown, man. He got I guess he been arrested, but it started getting breaking news that he got sentenced for, I guess he had attempted murder. Man, this shit getting crazy, man. So we're gonna see what the fuck going on.
Mr. Brown, you're before the court this morning on count 1, burglary with battery. Count 2, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, unarmed. Count 3, criminal mischief, $200 under $1,000. First offense.
Antonio Brown has just been hit with a major sentence, and this time there's no walking away. The former NFL star has been caught up in countless legal issues over the years, from assault charges to probation violations. But this feels different. This feels final. So what finally got him locked up for good? Let's get into it. Antonio Brown's long-awaited legal saga. Antonio Brown is one of the most talented wide receivers the NFL has ever seen, but he is also one of the most controversial figures in the industry. Between his major legal troubles, Brown was involved in several other incidents that, while not resulting in criminal charges, further damaged his reputation and revealed a pattern of erratic behavior. In October 2020, before signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Brown was accused of destroying a surveillance camera and throwing a bicycle at a security guard shack in a gated community in Florida. No criminal charges were filed, but the incident added to the growing perception that Brown was unable to control his impulses and
damn, man, how you be a millionaire just fumble the bag like that, nigga?
Youth Football League, reportedly due to disruptive behavior. Again, while no formal charges were filed, the incident further tarnished his already damaged public image and raised questions about his behavior even in community settings. Perhaps the most infamous incident occurred during a game against the New York Jets in January 2022, when Brown was still a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the third quarter, Brown removed his jersey, pads, and undershirt on the sideline and left the field, abandoning his team mid-game in one of the most bizarre scenes in NFL history. Brown later claimed the Buccaneers tried to force him to play through an ankle injury, while coach Bruce Arians disputed this, stating Brown was upset about something else. This highly publicized meltdown effectively ended Brown's NFL career, as he was immediately released by the Buccaneers and has not played in the league since. In the years following his NFL exit,
And he was
Brown's
good as
controversial
hell.
behavior has continued on social media. He is engaged in public feuds with former teammate Tom Brady, despite Brady's support during Brown's time with the Patriots and Buccaneers. He has also made offensive posts targeting Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, further alienating himself from the NFL community and mainstream sports culture. Before the most recent scandals, one of the first notable controversies came in 2017, when Brown violated NFL policy by live streaming private team moments on Facebook after a playoff victory against the Kansas City Chiefs. This breach of locker room privacy drew criticism from teammates and coaches alike, raising early questions about Brown's
NFL
judgment
do
and
be kind of
respect for
strict on
team
the fucking
protocols.
social
By
media, bro.
2018, the red flags were becoming more apparent. Brown was involved in a bizarre incident where he allegedly threw furniture from his 14th floor apartment in Florida, nearly striking a 22-month-old child below. While this resulted in a civil lawsuit rather than criminal charges, it represented a significant escalation in concerning behavior. The lawsuit was eventually settled in April 2019, but it marked the beginning of a pattern of legal troubles that would soon define Brown's public image. Truck crashes. That same year, tensions began to boil over with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team where Brown had established himself as an elite talent. Before the final week of the 2018 season, Brown was given a rest day, but then missed subsequent practices.
This nigga was good as hell. He crashed out, nigga.
But reports emerged that he had actually thrown a football at quarterback Ben Roethlisberger during practice and was upset about teammate Juju Smith-Schuster being named team MVP. This led to Brown being inactive for the Steelers' final game of the season and ultimately to a mutual agreement with team owner Art Rooney II to part ways. The fractured relationship with the Steelers would set Brown on a nomadic path through the NFL with brief and tumultuous stops with the Oakland Raiders, New England Patriots, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Each stint would be shorter and more controversial than the last, as Brown's off-field issues increasingly overshadowed his undeniable talent. After being traded to the Oakland Raiders in March 2019, Brown's behavior became increasingly erratic. Before even playing a regular season game for the team, he managed to create multiple controversies that left fans and analysts bewildered. One of the strangest incidents occurred when Brown suffered frostbite on his feet after failing to wear proper footwear during a cryotherapy session in France. This injury caused him to miss valuable training camp practices with his new team. At the same time, Brown became embroiled in a dispute with the NFL over helmet regulations. He refused to practice with the Raiders due to updated helmet safety rules that banned his preferred model. Reports indicated that Brown even threatened to retire if he couldn't use his old helmet, creating an unnecessary distraction for a team trying to integrate their new star receiver. The situation deteriorated.
You go to the Raiders, nigga, your career might be over at that bitch.
By the Raiders for missing team workouts. In response, Brown posted the fine letter on Instagram, publicly expressing his displeasure with the organization. This pattern of airing grievances on social media would become a recurring theme throughout Brown's career, often exacerbating tensions and burning bridges with teams and teammates. The Raiders ultimately released Brown on September 7th, 2019, before he played a single regular season game for the team. This unprecedented situation, a star player forcing his way off a team before even suiting up for them, foreshadowed the increasingly chaotic chapter of Brown's career that was about to unfold. Just hours after being released by the Raiders, Brown signed with the New England Patriots, seemingly landing in an ideal situation with the league's most successful franchise. However, his time with the Patriots would be even shorter than his stint with the Raiders. Shortly after signing with New England, Brown was sued by his former personal trainer, Brittany Taylor, who accused him of sexual assault and misconduct. The allegations created an immediate distraction for the Patriots. Just days later, additional allegations surfaced from another woman who claimed Brown had acted inappropriately towards her. Combined with reports that Brown had sent intimidating text messages to one of his accusers, the Patriots had seen enough. The team released him on September 20th, 2019, after just 11 days with the organization. While no criminal charges were filed in relation to the sexual assault allegations, and the civil case was eventually settled privately, the damage to Brown's reputation was significant. He has consistently denied the allegations, but the incidents contributed significantly to his increasingly toxic reputation around the league. In January 2020, Brown's legal troubles escalated significantly when he was involved in an altercation with a moving truck driver, Anton Tumanov, in Florida. This incident would lead to his most serious criminal charges and have lasting financial implications. complications that continue to affect him today. According to court documents, Brown allegedly assaulted Tumanov during a dispute over payment for the delivery of household items to Brown's home. The altercation resulted in charges of felony burglary with battery, a serious offense that carried a potential life sentence. The gravity of this situation was evident during Brown's court appearance, where the proceedings captured the seriousness of the charges.
Mr. Brown, you're before the court this morning on count 1, burglary with battery. Count 2, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, unarmed. Count 3,
Why do you
criminal
just fuck up
mischief,
your whole
$200
career?
under
Bitch, you a millionaire.
$1,000.
You know how hard
First
it is
offense.
to become a
During
millionaire?
the same hearing, the prosecutor
Yeah,
emphasized the
gain
seriousness of the
generational wealth.
charges and their approach.
Your family probably ain't never been a millionaire before. Just to get right back to the white man. Insane.
The court proceedings also revealed additional evidence against Brown, including testimony from Brown's own trainer.
Manuel, which is identified as the trainer and manager of Mr. Brown. Yes, he did. So yesterday I was speaking with him, trying to obviously get the defendant to surrender, knowing that he had the active arrest warrant.
The detective further testified about a particularly damning statement from Brown's trainer.
He said, we're working with him. He's close with me. He'll listen to me. We'll get him to turn himself in. Don't worry about it. We'll get him to turn himself in. He goes, who do you think the one that pulled him off of me anyway? I interpret it as he's the one that pulled Mr. Brown and the other co-defendant in this case off of my victim in this case.
The legal consequences were significant. In June 2020, Brown pleaded no contest to the felony burglary with battery charge and 2 lesser misdemeanor charges. While he avoided jail time, he was sentenced to 2 years of probation, 100 hours of community service,
Damn.
a 13-week anger management program.
I mean, I'd rather take that than, you know what I'm saying, going to prison.
Let us examine Brown's ongoing financial and legal troubles, including his bankruptcy filing, child support disputes, and the current state of his legal affairs as of May 2025. Bankruptcy, child support, and ongoing legal woes. After earning over $80 million during his
$80 million?
Antonio Brown's financial situation has deteriorated to the point of insolvency.
Ain't no gave it right back to the white man is insane.
Bankruptcy in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court of the Southern District of Florida, marking a stunning reversal of fortune.
Imagine making $80 million just to give it right back to the white man. What the fuck going on?
Court documents showed that Brown claimed assets under $50,000 against debts exceeding $3 million. This dramatic imbalance between assets and liabilities.
At that point, nigga, I'll crash the fuck out 3. Nigga, I was an 80 millionaire, nigga.
Among Brown's
I done gave it right back to these motherfuckers who've been oppressing us.
The moving truck
What the fuck going on?
2020 assault incident, who is owed $1.2 million from the judgment against Brown. This substantial debt stems directly from Brown's failure to appear in court for the civil lawsuit, resulting in a default judgment against him. A pattern of ignoring legal obligations that has exacerbated his troubles. Another notable creditor is jeweler Zul Nantambu, who secured a $123,000 judgment against Brown in March 2023 after Brown allegedly failed to return jewelry. The situation with Nantambu is further complicated by allegations that Brown falsely reported him to Dubai law enforcement for stealing $3 million in jewelry, adding a potential defamation element to their dispute. Brown's other debts include $300,000 to a marketing firm, $170,000 in credit card debt, $170,000 for legal services, and $100,000 in unpaid bills, painting a picture of widespread financial mismanagement across multiple aspects of his life. Brown's bankruptcy proceedings have been far from straightforward, with accusations of dishonesty and non-compliance plaguing the case. In December 2024, the court-appointed trustee accused Brown of failing to disclose assets, including 3 properties transferred before the bankruptcy filing and his formerly Twitter account, and not complying with debtor reporting requirements. The trustee also objected to Brown's proposed repayment plan, citing its infeasibility given Brown's financial situation and history of non-compliance with court orders. These objections highlighted the skepticism with which officers of the court viewed Brown's commitment to addressing his financial obligations honestly and responsibly. The situation deteriorated further in April 2025 when Brown was accused of misleading the court about his health to delay a bankruptcy hearing. His attorney claimed he was unable to attend due to medical issues, but hours later, Brown appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast, seemingly in good health. This apparent contradiction prompted the trustee to request that the case be converted from Chapter 11, reorganization, to Chapter 7, liquidation. or dismissed entirely due to Brown's alleged non-compliance. As of May 2025,
But y'all know, man, when
bankruptcy case
black people
remains
get that amount of
ongoing,
money,
with
y'all
the potential
nigga, the
dismissal
white man
looming
looking
due to
for
Brown's
any
alleged
reason to get that
non-compliance with
shit
court
back.
procedures and
Why give it
requirements.
up
If
to
the
him
case is dismissed
easily?
without discharge of his debts, Brown would remain fully liable for all his obligations, without the protections that bankruptcy
After making
proceedings might
$80
have
million,
offered.
you're
Adding to Brown's
bankrupt,
legal and
nigga?
financial troubles
Nigga, I
are
would
his
invest that
ongoing
into a
issues
car
with child
business,
support payments.
fucking
Throughout recent years, Brown
restaurants,
has
nigga.
faced
I would invest
multiple
that
arrest
into a
warrants for
hospital.
failing to pay child support
Nigga,
to the mothers of
anything.
his children, creating yet another area
He
of
got like
legal
8 kids,
jeopardy.
right? Or
These
some
issues
shit.
have been recurrent, with posts on social media documenting his history of non-payment and disputes with the mothers of his children.
Hey, if you have
In
10 kids,
2023, Brown
you
reportedly
don't have to pay
faced
no
an
child
arrest
support.
warrant for owing over $30,000
You might as well
in child
go
support
have
to Wiltris
7
Jackson,
more
one of
kids.
the mothers of his children. The situation escalated publicly in March 2025 when Brown engaged in a heated online exchange with his ex, Sydney Moreau, after she requested financial assistance for rent and their child's needs. Brown responded with explicit and derogatory language, denying her request in a public social media post. This public
Nigga, if I was
display not
him,
only
I
damaged
had me
Brown's
10
already
kids,
tarnished
nigga.
reputation,
Ain't
but
no damn
potentially
way.
created additional
I'm
legal
paying child
exposure
support
if Moreau decides to
on
pursue
7 to 8
enforcement of
kids,
child
nigga.
support through the courts.
That's
The recurring
crazy.
nature of these child support issues suggests a pattern of either inability or unwillingness to meet his financial obligations to his
But this
children,
nigga's a
despite the
millionaire
substantial
at that
income he
time.
earned during his NFL career. This aspect of Brown's legal troubles is
This nigga
particularly
should deal with
damaging to his public
motherfucking,
image, as it directly
what's that
affects the
nigga
welfare
name?
of his children and portrays him as an
The nigga pay,
irresponsible
and
parent.
NBA
In
paid out
recent
his
years,
child support in
Brown's
$1
social
million.
media presence has become increasingly controversial, with posts that often seem
And,
designed to provoke outrage
Anthony
or
Edwards.
attack others. These online behaviors,
That
while
nigga
not
paid
directly
his
legal
child support
issues
$1 million,
themselves,
and
have
she
further
already
damaged
broke,
his
nigga.
reputation and occasionally veered into territory that
Nigga,
could
she
potentially
paid $1
lead to
million
legal
and she
consequences.
already
In
broke,
January
nigga.
2025,
What the
Brown
hell?
made a vulgar comment about Fox Sports host Joy Taylor amid a lawsuit involving her network. Around the same time, he also targeted former ESPN host Jamil Hill with a crude remark, escalating a
I
feud
remember her goofy
unrelated
ass
to the
and the
Fox
other one.
Sports lawsuit. These types of posts, directed at media
I
figures who
don't
have
see him
covered
no
his
more though.
controversies, show a pattern of lashing out at critics through inappropriate and often sexist language. In 2024, Brown used a racial slur to describe Notre Dame player Charles Dew, prompting backlash but no reported legal action. This incident further isolated Brown from potential allies in the sports world and reinforced perceptions of him as unpredictable and offensive. Beyond specific incidents, Brown has used social media to make cryptic claims about former associates and to defend his increasingly erratic behavior. He has suggested at times that his actions may be linked to chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, from repeated brain injuries, though no formal diagnosis has been confirmed. While these claims have been referenced in discussions of his legal troubles, they have not directly impacted any legal outcomes and remain speculative in the absence of medical confirmation. As of May 2025, Antonio Brown's legal situation is characterized by ongoing civil matters rather than criminal charges. His most pressing legal issue is the bankruptcy case, which hangs in the balance due to alleged non-compliance and accusations of dishonesty with the court. The potential conversion from Chapter 11 to Chapter 7, or outright dismissal of the case, would have significant implications for his financial future. The child support dispute with Sydney Moreau has not yet resulted in formal legal action based on available information, but represents a continuing area of potential legal jeopardy given Brown's history of non-payment and the public nature of their disagreement. Unlike previous years, 2025 has not seen new criminal charges or arrests against Brown based on available information. His prior legal troubles, such as the 2020 felony burglary with battery charge and 2023 child support warrants, remain relevant context but are not active criminal matters in 2025. However, the pattern of behavior that led to these legal issues appears to be continuing, with Brown seemingly unable or unwilling to comply with court requirements, meet financial obligations, or moderate his public behavior in ways that might help rebuild his reputation or resolve his legal troubles. Let's broaden our perspective to examine other NFL icons who, like Brown, saw promising careers derailed by legal troubles and poor decisions. These comparative cases may offer additional insight into the patterns and consequences of self-destructive behavior among elite athletes, and what, if anything, could be done to prevent similar outcomes in the future. NFL icons who ruined their careers, patterns, and lessons. When discussing NFL careers ruined by legal troubles, the story of O.J. Simpson stands as perhaps the most dramatic and far-reaching example. Before his legal issues, Simpson was the epitome of success both on and off the field. As a Hall of Fame running back for the Buffalo Bills, Simpson was a genuine football icon. He was the first NFL player to rush for over 2,000 yards in a single season, 1973, earned 6 Pro Bowl selections, 5 All-Pro
and now you hear about O.J.
honors,
Simpson, you don't hear him about NFL no more.
Accomplishments made him a household
You don't know
name,
nothing about
but it was his
NFL no
charisma
more about
and
him.
crossover
All you hear
appeal
about
that made him a
is
true
the dumb
cultural
shit.
icon. After retirement, Simpson successfully transitioned to acting and broadcasting, appearing in films like the Naked Gun series and serving as a commentator and commercial pitchman. However, Simpson's legacy was forever altered in 1994 when he was arrested for the murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Ron
You don't even hear about no fucking NFL no more. All you hear about what's going on with that shit.
His controversial acquittal in 1995. Despite avoiding criminal conviction, Simpson was found liable for wrongful death in a 1997 civil trial, which ordered him to pay $33.5 million to the victims' families. Simpson's legal troubles didn't end there. In 2007, he was convicted of armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas, leading to a 9-year prison sentence before his parole in 2017. While Simpson had retired from the NFL long before his legal issues began, his case represents the complete destruction of a legacy that once seemed untouchable. From beloved sports hero to social pariah, Simpson's fall was total and irreversible. Even after his death from cancer in 2024, his name remains synonymous with controversy rather than his
that's kind of sad, man. You make it that far
offers an interesting contrast to
and
both
like
Simpson
goofy
and Brown,
shit, man.
as it includes elements of both catastrophic downfall and partial redemption. As a quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons,
Michael
Vick revolutionized the position.
Y'all see how they try to get married?
He was the first
He was
quarterback
had a
to rush
dog.
for
He talking about the
1,000
dog, and they
yards
talking
in a
about dog
season.
fighting and shit.
2006, earned 3
Because of
Pro
Michael
Bowl
Vick.
selections with
I'm like,
Atlanta,
bro, you can't
and
blame
signed a
every
then
black person
record
for some
10-year,
goofy shit.
$130 million
Like, that's
contract
crazy.
extension in 2004.
That's wild
His
shit.
career was
Dog
derailed
fight
in
not even that bad
2007
though.
when
You
he
know
was
what I'm saying?
implicated
Like,
in a
nigga,
dogfighting ring
they been
operating
taking
from his
people
Virginia
out. They
property,
care about the dogs
Bad
more than
News
people.
Kennels. The details of animal cruelty that emerged
That shit
shocked the
crazy.
public and led to immediate
They care about
outrage.
more.
Vick
They care about
pleaded
the
guilty to
animals
federal
more than
felony
people.
charges of
What's
conspiracy
going
to
on,
engage
man?
in dogfighting, receiving a
Shit
23-month
crazy.
prison sentence. The NFL suspended him indefinitely. The Falcons
But
released
that's
him,
what they
and
do,
he lost
man. We
millions
do
in
one little
endorsements and
crime, man. They
salary,
taking our
eventually
asses
declaring
out.
bankruptcy. What
Simple.
distinguishes Vick's story from many others is what happened after
They
his
beat
release
they
from
dog
prison
better
in
than us. They live better than us.
2009. Unlike
Everything.
Simpson or Brown, Vick
Like,
managed
come on,
a
man.
significant comeback, signing with the
Shit
Philadelphia
crazy.
Eagles and eventually reclaiming a starting quarterback role. He earned a Pro Bowl selection in 2010 and the NFL Comeback Player of the Year award, demonstrating
But I
both his
mean,
enduring talent
Antonio
and the
Brown,
possibility of redemption after
I feel like
serious legal
this
troubles.
attempted murder
While Vick
shit,
never fully
it
regained
might
his
be some
pre-conviction
crazy shit going on
status
with
or
this.
completed what might have been a Hall of Fame career, he successfully rebuilt enough of his reputation to continue in the NFL and later transition to a broadcasting
Yeah,
career
he
with
did. At
Fox
least they brought
Sports.
him
His
back.
willingness to acknowledge his wrongdoing, express remorse, and advocate for animal welfare.
It just goes to show you, nigga, it don't care how far you make it as a black man, they always gonna put a target on your back.
Response to his own legal issues.
And you don't want to get in the ammo. So they looking for any shit to try to take a nigga down. That's a fact.
For the Baltimore Ravens, Rice was a 3-time Pro Bowler and a key part of the 2012 Super Bowl winning team. He ranked second in Ravens history for rushing yards, 6,180, and had a standout.
Like, y'all hear about what's that nigga name? 2.5 Men. That nigga who was giving all them females HIV and shit. But they act like that nigga was a hero. Yeah, he had a little big backlash, but that's attempted murder.
The NFL initially suspended
That's
Rice for just
attempted
2
murder.
games, but when TMZ released
Or
raw
murder,
footage of the
bitch.
assault, public outrage led to an indefinite suspension and his release by the Ravens. While Rice successfully appealed his NFL suspension, no team was willing to sign him, bringing his career to an abrupt end at age 27. The Rice incident had broader implications beyond his individual career, as it sparked widespread criticism of the NFL's handling of domestic violence cases.
See, that's some shit that, like, you know,
the case demonstrated
it don't need to go that far as trying to suspend a nigga at 27
shaping public reaction
of abuse.
misconduct.
Come on,
A
man.
factor that would also affect
I know it's
Antonio
crazy,
Brown
but
years
come on.
later when videos of his on-field meltdown went viral. Like Vic, Rice has attempted to rehabilitate his image through advocacy work, focusing on domestic violence awareness. Unlike Brown, who has often responded to controversies with defiance or deflection, Rice has publicly acknowledged his wrongdoing and worked to make amends, though this has not been enough to revive his NFL career. Perhaps the darkest case of talent squandered through criminal behavior is that of Aaron Hernandez. As a tight end for the New England Patriots, Hernandez formed a formidable duo with Rob
Hernandez, that
Gronkowski
shit was
and helped
wild
the
in a
Patriots
bitch.
reach Super Bowl XLVX. In
But after
2011,
they took
he
that
had
nigga out,
79 receptions for
they said, "Nah, we
910
gotta get rid of
yards
him."
and 7 touchdowns, showing the potential for a stellar career. Hernandez's downfall began in 2013 when he was arrested and charged with the first-degree murder of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional football player who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée. The Patriots immediately released Hernandez, and in 2015, he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He was also indicted for a 2012 double murder but was acquitted of those charges in 2017. What makes Hernandez's case particularly tragic is its conclusion. In 2017, just days after his acquittal in the double murder case, Hernandez committed suicide in his prison cell. Posthumous examination of his brain revealed that he suffered from an advanced case of chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
See, that's what I be saying, man.
Raising questions
They
about
at the NFL, they don't care what's going on with these niggas. See, these niggas don't hit their head against a brick wall.
Case stands as a
Got hit in
stark
the head with a
reminder of
fucking
how quickly a
cannonball.
promising career can unravel
And then
due to
there's
criminal
some
behavior.
goofy shit happen.
It
Hey, they
raises
don't know
uncomfortable questions
they don't know
about
these
factors
niggas.
that may contribute to violence and poor decision-making among football players, including brain injuries, past trauma, and substance abuse. The story of Antonio Brown's legal troubles and their impact on his once promising career reflects a troubling pattern seen in other NFL icons who have fallen from grace. From the furniture-throwing incident in 2018 to his ongoing bankruptcy proceedings and child support disputes in 2025, Brown's journey from superstar to cautionary tale illustrates how quickly success can unravel through a combination of poor decisions, legal issues, and inability to change destructive patterns. What makes Brown's case particularly striking is the recency and ongoing nature of his downfall. Unlike historical examples like O.J. Simpson or completed narratives like Aaron Hernandez, Brown's story continues to unfold, with new chapters being written through bankruptcy hearings, social media controversies, and public disputes. This provides a real-time window into how legal troubles can cascade and
It's like when us black men get to position, man, it's always some shit that can fuck us over. And like, I feel like it be set up. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these niggas, they be fucked up in the head off this football shit. And they don't know what reality is no more, nigga. They so used to all this crazy shit, but then they get done with the shit, they don't know what to do no more.
The NFL and other professional sports leagues, these cases highlight the need for more comprehensive support systems.
They do.
Financial education,
After NFL, they need to like
misconduct and better
get help after football, nigga.
For current and
They need
aspiring
health
athletes, they
groups
serve
after
as
football,
powerful
nigga.
reminders that
After these
athletic
sports,
talent
nigga.
alone cannot insulate one from the consequences of illegal
Cause
or harmful
honestly,
behavior. As we've explored
crazy
throughout
shit
this
be
video,
happening.
the spectacular rise and catastrophic fall of Antonio Brown and other NFL icons represent more than just individual tragedies. They reflect broader challenges in professional sports and offer important lessons about success, responsibility, and the fragility of even the most promising careers when
Shit's
legal
sad,
and
low
personal
key.
issues
You
are
know what I'm
allowed to
saying?
spiral out of control. Thank you for watching. Check out other
Good job,
cards on the screen.
Good job. This is a good NFL icon. Shout out to Brain Flow TV. I like watching Brain Flow TV because he have good points, talking points. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it.
One thing about the United States of America and the long arm of the law is that they can come get you from almost anywhere in the world.
Except for
There
Africa.
are some countries out there who do not have extradition treaty agreement with the United States of America, which means you can do some messed up shit in the U.S. and then you can run to these countries and you can hide. And the U.S. government cannot get you back out of those countries. But usually you're going to have to stay put in those countries. Other than that, they could come get you.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, they could probably come get you out of the countries that you are supposed to be safe in. With that said, Antonio Brown extradited from Dubai to stand trial in Miami shooting for attempted murder. Antonio Brown thought he was safe over in Dubai. I remember when he ran to Dubai
and he started doing like videos from Dubai. He was showing like, I'm good. I'm over here riding a bike. I'm free. I'm chilling.
Build
They can't
that.
touch me. Did he do his research?
Dubai is part of the United
they
States,
actually
basically.
had an extradition order,
Yeah.
treaty agreement with Dubai?
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome back to the channel, y'all. Go ahead and hit that
But
subscribe button,
in Africa,
please.
if he would have went to Africa, he probably would have got away with it.
Notified every time a new video goes up on this channel. Hey, former NFL star Antonio Brown was extradited from the Middle East to the United States of America to stand trial for a shooting incident that happened during an altercation outside a boxing event in Miami earlier this year. I already know the details of it. I already think he is not going to prison for it. He's going to fight it, and he is going to probably win or get minimal time. And that's just my prediction. I don't know why he ran. He should have just stood 10 toes down, fought this one with a good attorney, and he would have been all right.
Nigga ain't got time for that shit.
He ran. And you know how it goes when you run. You kind of make them think you're running because you already know you're guilty. They never think you're running because you're a black man and you're scared. Anyways, this the details. It says that the Miami police confirmed to CBS News Miami that after serving an arrest warrant in collaboration with the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office and the U.S. Marshals Service, Antonio Brown was located and he was apprehended in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates.
That's when he put out his meat in the
Antonio Brown was then extradited from there back to the United States of America and booked into the Essex County Jail in New Jersey earlier on Thursday, where he has been held until his extradition to the Miami-Dade County Jail, according to Miami police and jail records obtained by CBS News. Hey man, just for y'all to know, they got a saying about Miami, and it says, come on vacation and leave on probation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that come to Miami on vacation, and they end up leaving after doing years in prison, though. Not just probation.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Either way, it's somewhere that's wild
go to Miami
and very festive and easy.
You might get hit with a transgender.
If you're
Come
not
out with a
careful.
Out in a blender,
With
nigga.
that said,
there's a lot of transgenders
I know
in Miami,
Antonio
nigga.
Brown was shocked as hell when they came and got him, because this extradition right here, this extradition is taking him to the jail that
there's a lot of transgenders
in
Miami, nigga.
This the same jail that had W. Melly's accomplice who just got
there's a lot of
moved to
transgenders in
somewhere
LA,
else, W. Portland,
New York, nigga.
This the same jail
there's
that had Sean
out
Kingston
there,
in it, his mama in it. This the same jail that had, like, there are a list of stars, Dirk in it. There's a list of stars who've come through the Miami-Dade County Jail. It's just one of those places. And then, or I'm getting them mixed up, that's Miami-Dade State Attorney, the Broward County Jail, rather. So, not Miami, but Broward. He going to the shits, because he's going to Miami-Dade, is what I meant to say. Miami-Dade is like the shits of the shits, right? But anyways, in order for them to get you extradited, you don't just get on a plane, like, dressed nicely and you get a nice, comfortable seat. You are shackled and handcuffed. Your feet are shackled, your hands are handcuffed, and there's a chain that connects the hands to the feet, and you shuffle your way through with 2 or more guards on you onto that tarmac, onto that plane, and they stay on you until you get off after that long-ass flight. You look like Hannibal Lecter. You look like you murdered somebody. And that's how he got extradited back into the country. This brother got millions of dollars. It doesn't matter. 37-year-old ex-wide receiver is facing an attempted murder charge after he was accused of grabbing a handgun from a security staffer at the May event and firing 2 shots at a man that he had gotten into a fist fight with earlier that night, the police said. The victim is Zul Karnain Kwame Nantambu. I don't know what kind of name that is, but it tells me he probably from Africa somewhere.
Nigga
They
got
told
in a fight with a lot of them,
one
bitch.
of the bullets had grazed his neck, almost took his head off. This sounds like some movie shit. Antonio did not have a gun of his own. He was there walking around.
Nigga got a fight with a lot of them, bitch.
And he seen a security guard with a gun, and he just boom grabbed the security guard's gun.
And just unloaded that bitch.
Fired at the person. This is just another example of the reckless work, or should I say somebody is saying this is another example of how reckless Antonio Brown can be. But in the event of someone trying to save their own life, I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? So here they go,
that's
patting themselves on the shoulder, saying that they work relentlessly and dedicatingly to this case. Police detectives working closely with the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office and the U.S. Marshals to identify and arrest those who commit crimes in our city in Miami, said the Miami spokesperson, Michael Vega. Where did this all happen? On the night of May 16th, the Miami police responded to a shot spotter alert in the area in Northeast 2nd Avenue and 67th Street in the Miami neighborhood of Little River. When officers arrived, an amateur boxing event was being kept there. It was hosted by popular streamer Aiden Ross. Viral video shared on social media showed Anthony Brown fighting off a group of people that he claimed were trying to rob him. Not just he claimed it. Everybody that was there said it. Yo, they grabbed AB's chain. They're taking his chain off his neck. They taking AB's chain off his neck. Yo, they whooping his ass. They fucking him up. Oh, shit. He fighting back. I saw the video.
Damn.
So, if anything, this is why I said Antonio should not have ran. Because he was literally defending himself.
Oh, so he was defending himself. They tried to take his chain.
Not just himself. Now, if a group of guys jump on me, I'm willing to think that they're willing to kill me.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever measures I use to save myself.
That's a fact.
And Florida
is coming out with fucking.
I'm willing to think that they're willing to kill me.
I'm coming out with a chopper.
So whatever measures I use to save myself.
Like Antonio Brown
and Florida is the stand your ground law. So he should be all right.
Yeah.
With that said, though, you know, he did what he had to do. He said I was jumped by multiple people.
And they were trying to come back to get him again.
To steal my jewelry and tried to cause me physical harm. Was the message that he put up on X the following morning. In another video that was shared online, Antonio Brown was then seen allegedly holding a black handgun while pursuing someone before shots could be heard off camera. However, Antonio Brown did not make any mention of gunshots in his post. Natambu was allegedly injured during this incident.
So what happened to Natambu? Is he good?
Go into your backyard.
Not dead, but like,
in any major city in the United States of America, you go into your backyard or go out on your street or on your block or in front of your building, and you fire off 2 shots. Bow, bow. There are sensors that are put around almost every area, and they're connected, satellite connected to your local police station, and they have a big screen like a television at the precinct and local police office where they will see it light up in exactly your location. It is so accurate, they can pull up. If you bust them 2 shots off and you stand right where you bust the shots off at, the police will pull up right at your feet.
I didn't know that.
When they first started using this technology, it used to get the police like within 100 meters, 50 meters, and it kept getting closer off where the shot was fired from. Today, that technology is so advanced, they will come right to your feet. That's just a little FYI for people that like to shoot off shots in the air. Or
I didn't know that.
Plan on doing any kind of shooting.
Like
just know that you
fireworks
calling the police at the same time you squeezing the trigger. I'm just saying.
I didn't know that.
In another video that was shared online, when they seen him holding the black handgun, that would not be the black handgun that came from the security guard. A third video then showed Anthony Brown being detained by police and being walked into a cruiser in handcuffs. He said on social media that he was temporarily detained before he was eventually released. And after that, he ran. Miami police spokesperson Kiara Delva said at the time that officers questioned several people that were at the event, but they made no official arrests. A month later, in June, police then issued a warrant for Anthony Brown's arrest. But the former professional football player never turned himself in. He ran.
Hey,
So based on
you gotta do your
surveillance
job
video,
and come find
the
a nigga.
altercation
Crip.
outside the boxing event involves Anthony
See, that's
Brown,
why I tell y'all
the
niggas, man,
person
this shit be
named
set up, nigga.
Nantambu, and
You be
others,
so fucking rich,
and
nigga, they be
was
setting your
broken
ass
up
up,
by
nigga.
security staff, one of whom got into
They
a
be trying to
struggle
rob niggas around
with
this bitch.
Anthony Brown, the arrest warrant said. So they made it seem like Anthony Brown was the aggressor and he was even fighting the security guard and all that. And Mr. Brown appears to retrieve a black firearm from the right hip area of the security officials, the arrest affidavit said. Cell phone video obtained from social media showed Mr. Brown with the firearm in his own hand, advancing towards Mr. Nantambu on the outside sidewalk. The video captures two shots, which occur as Mr. Brown is within several feet of Mr. Nantambu. Nantambu identified Mr. Brown as the shooter as well and told investigators that he had actually known Brown since 2022, so this is not like their first time meeting. They got some beef going on from somewhere else that got something to do with something else. Man, look, I don't know. See, here's another thing, right? Anthony Brown might actually be in some real trouble because if you pursue somebody, then it's not considered self-defense. If a bunch of people jump on you and they're beating the shit out of you and they're trying to take your jewelry off your neck or whatever, I think Anthony Brown had
but he could have said they kind of came back for him.
Very expensive chain on, hundreds of thousands of dollars it's worth. They were trying to relieve him of his jewelry and whoop his ass at the same time.
Damn.
If you, in the event of getting beat up, pull out a weapon and shoot, and you end up killing somebody,
maybe he's in for his life.
Justified.
He could have said they came back for me again to finish the job.
Self-defense. However, if you and somebody get into an altercation and the person starts to leave, and they have walked a certain distance away from you, you can't pull a handgun and follow them and then shoot. That is not self-defense. That's you following somebody to shoot them down. So the Miami shooting was not the first time that Anthony Brown had been in the headlines for some incident off the football field. The ex-pro baller had previously been accused of battery,
yeah, we watched
of
that.
a moving truck driver, several domestic violence charges, failure to pay child support, arrests, and other incidents. I guess he got a taste of inside of a jail cell and he doesn't like it.
I can become a kingpin in that motherfucker.
Tampa Bay against New York Jets, Anthony Brown took off his jersey, his shoulder pads.
That nigga said I can become a kingpin. Fuck it, and I'm famous, nigga. As long as I don't get extorted, nigga. Fuck it.
I don't know if he just really wanted to be released or he was having a mental episode. So after that incident, when Tampa Bay quarterback Tom Brady
think, as long as I don't get extorted, nigga, I'm up. Fuck it.
Anthony Brown, whom at the time was living at Tom Brady's house.
Anything that happened like Tory Lanez, nigga.
Tom Brady was like being an advocate for him and for mental health. He said it's a difficult situation. Everybody should do what they can to help him in ways that he really needs it. We all love him. We care about him deeply. And we want to see him be at his best. Unfortunately, it won't be with our team. So during his playing career, Anthony Brown actually caught 928 passes with 12,291 yards and 88 touchdowns. He was a beast.
The nigga was goated, nigga.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's what I said. He was a good ass player. He let him go.
He played for the New England Tampa Bay Buccaneers and winning the 2021 Super Bowl along with Tom Brady. Anthony Brown was a 7-time Pro Bowl selection. 7 times. And after all that, with this much trouble off the field. Damn. he's hit with attempted murder charges and allegedly shooting an influencer
he's an
at a
influencer?
boxing event.
Oh, he shot it. Damn.
If you see his arrest picture, he looks like he is just over it, man. The brother looked tired. He looked like, fuck it, just give me what you gonna give me. He's expected to arrive back in Miami soon,
So you got two
following his extradition from Dubai to the United States after the warrant was issued and his arrest on second-degree attempted murder charge with a deadly weapon. He played in the NFL for 11 seasons, with the majority of his time spent with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 11 years in the NFL, so Anthony did not crash out on his NFL career. He put in some time. You know, you got some people who like go to the NFL and then they do about 2 years and that's the end of their career. Nah, he played for 11 seasons. I didn't even know that. He was detained in Essex County, New Jersey after arriving from the United Arab Emirates, with his arrest coming approximately 5 months after the arrest warrant was first issued. According to the original arrest warrant that was handed down on June 11th, police were dispatched to an influencer boxing event being promoted by Aiden Ross after shots were fired in that area, and officers encountered Anthony Brown at the scene after he had already been held by Florida Highway Patrol officers. One of the officers said that he was approached by several patrons after they heard gunshots outside the arena. After going outside, the police found Anthony Brown actively involved in a physical altercation with somebody else, fighting. The authorities shouted to both of the men to stop it now. And at that point, Anthony Brown began walking towards the parking lot. The police were told by several bystanders that Anthony Brown was the shooter and he was armed. But when he was later detained, there were no firearms on him.
So we picked
firearms on him. The police then recovered 2 shell casings and an empty firearm holster, but no victim was identified at the time, so Anthony Brown was released from the scene. Now, through surveillance footage, the police stated that Anthony Brown was actually seen on video during the altercation with another person later identified as Zul Kwame Natambo, and the police stated that Anthony Brown had been seen punching Natambo, and then several other people jumped in to attack him as well. Okay, so the original story, when you see these videos on social media, you see a lot of people jumping on Anthony Brown. You thought, oh shit, he was getting jumped for his chain and he was getting beat down because his chain costs a lot. Well, the police got all the footage from the beginning of the altercation, and it is said that Anthony Brown was the aggressor, and he was seen firing off the first set of punches, and he was punching Natambu, and then people who were there with Natambu saw Natambu getting his ass whooped by Anthony Brown, and they jumped in to help him. A security guard intervened to break up the altercation.
Nigga got a genie,
security guard's gun away from
made
him
a genie wish,
and was seen running with
popped
the
up
gun
out of nowhere
in the same direction as Natambu. Additional video footage released from cell phones showed Anthony Brown allegedly pursuing Natambu and firing 2 shots from the weapon when he was within several feet of the victim. The police eventually tracked down Natambu and interviewed him, where he confirmed that he was the person that was involved in the altercation with Anthony Brown and that the former NFL wide receiver took 2 shots at him with the gun, possibly one of them grazing his neck. The 2 of them struggled for that weapon and the gun eventually fell to the ground. Natambu was trying to save himself from not getting shot to death, and the gun fell to the ground. Natambu told the police that he then he left the scene, he got to a local hospital to get treated for his injuries. Natambu also told the police that he has known Anthony Brown since 2022, and he identified a photograph of him from the night of the shooting. Police secured a warrant for Anthony Brown's arrest, although the retired football player publicly claimed that he was just protecting himself because they were trying to snatch his expensive chain off his neck. Anthony Brown was escorted back to the U.S. by the U.S. Marshals Service before being handed over to local authorities with plans to send him to Miami, where the arrest warrant was first issued in June of 2025. If the 37-year-old is convicted on second-degree attempted murder charges, he faces up to 15 years in prison and up to $10,000 in fines. He has millions of dollars to his name. I don't think $10,000 in fines will hurt him so much, but that 15 years in prison, even if they don't give him the max and they give him 5 to 7, that's going to be hurtful. Even if they give him 7 to 10, that's going to be
7
hurtful.
years
He
is
discharged
insane. But in good behavior, he got like in 3 years, 2 years.
Because it was crowded out there, and the fact that he was the aggressor.
If it's 7 to 10, he might get out in 3 years. He got a good ass lawyer.
Individual to fire those shots after him kind of says he wanted to actually kill him, commit murder, whatever the case may be. Discharging a firearm in a public place, a crowded public place, it usually tells the jury or judge that you are reckless and you have no regards for human life. I wish Anthony Brown all the best.
Me too.
I hope it doesn't turn out with him getting a lot of years in prison. But the brother do seem like he needs to get his head together, though, and he needs some time to sit down. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one.
Man, I feel like Antonio Brown, man, he's spiraling out of control. I know there's a lot of haters out here, but damn, you can't let these motherfuckers win. Crimp.
Alright, we back. So, as y'all seen from that chair, it's a lot of bullshit that's going on for Antonio Brown. Like he been knuckling heading out. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, sometimes, man, I be thinking like it be CIA agents, nigga. Like, you know how they have like they said they have what is it? Crisis actors. You know what I'm saying? When crisis be happening, they be having actors who be like, when the shit be happening, the shit be fake, but they be having like actors and shit. I be feeling like that be happening sometimes. The FBI be having people who put in your vicinity to fuck you up on purpose. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck your ass up on purpose. And these niggas be actors. And they be trying to get all your goddamn money on. You know what I'm saying? But and you know these people, the government be paying these niggas to fuck you up on purpose so you can get some shit fucked up so they can take your shit. But like I said, man, the attempted murder shit crazy because they were trying to say he was getting robbed. But as they get kind of close to it, they trying to say that Antonio Brown was the aggressor and he came out. At the end of the day, man, if I'm getting jumped, nigga, if I'm about to get jumped, nigga, I'm pulling out a tool. I'm pulling out wherever I can. Nigga, 8 niggas ain't finna jump me. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, he can get away with this shit. And if he do go to prison, man, I say he get like 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? Out of a 7 to 10, he get like 3 years time served. Like, you know what I'm saying? Out for good behavior. But we gonna see what's gonna happen because you know he got a criminal record, so you never know what these dumbass judges might do. So we out this bitch, man. Hood, Northside, big crip in the gang, Northside shit.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.